There is no other sovereign authority in Jamaica other than the government of Jamaica.
Welcome to Mr. and Mrs. Gold's YouTube channel. I'm Mrs. Gold. First of all, thank you very much for all the well wishes, guys. I still have a little bit cold on my chest. You know, it's winter here in Canada, so it might take a while for me to heal up. Big up to all of my new subscribers, courtesy of Dolly. Big up yourself, Dolly, for bringing these beautiful people over here that appreciate the content. We haven't been in the algorithm much because, you know, I haven't been putting out much videos. Haven't had a chance to really go live for long or live at all. So, you know, appreciate those who have been watching our videos because we do put a lot of work into our videos with research and stuff. So big up to all of the new subscribers. Welcome to Mr. and Mrs. Gold's YouTube channel. Please subscribe to our other channel, Mr. and Mrs. Gold's Travels. I've been wanting to put some videos on there, but because I'm trying to do things different, it takes a lot of work and I have no energy for that. In this video, I'm going to touch base on the update with what's been going on with the Maroons. I'm going to talk about U.S. citizens being warned not to go to Jamaica, and also going to talk about Popcaan having issues with the UK immigration. All right, everybody? So let's see how much I could do. And remember to subscribe and share this video because we are sharing knowledge, guys. So sharing knowledge. Let's up. The latest news coming out today, January 12th, is a Popcaan Maroons want a meeting with the government. This is on Radio Jamaica News, published today, not too long ago. The leadership of the Popcaan Maroons in St. Elizabeth is urging the government to have discussions on the issues, which have resulted in a tense standoff between them. Alex Minot, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Popcaan Maroons, has stated that the government cannot continue to ignore the history of the Maroons. I totally agree about that. Like, this is not just an event that happened. Again, I said in my last video, guys, watch the last two videos if you haven't seen it yet. One thing about the Maroons Festival, it was the most, I've never seen someone do an event that's in Jamaica with my own eyes, where people are wearing masks, they're sanitizing, they were actually doing things to try to take precautions, you know? But at the end of the day, if it's something that's traditional that happens every January 6th, it has to happen, and it's more meaningful, it's spiritual. It's not just an event like when someone's keeping a dance. So the same way as people brought up in the comment sections, people could keep political events, they should be able to continue Jamaica's history, because without history, we don't have no knowledge. We are so grateful, guys, to know, as Jamaicans, to know our history. You know, when I talk to a lot of the American people who are descendants of slavery, they don't know their history really like how we know it. You know, because they can only trace so far. So we should give thanks for this. We think we take it for granted sometimes. Definitely. So basically, what's the problem in this situation here that's causing problems right now is rather Jamaica has two sovereign states, right? Because people believe that the Maroons are their own people. They have their own laws. They're indigenous people. They're native to the land, and then the government's the government. So that would be like the indigenous people in Canada as well. We, you know, they do their things. They have their law, and we have ours. And then they say that Prime Minister Andrew Holness has said that Jamaica basically is a utilitarian sovereign state. So basically sovereign state. So basically there's no other, any other type of authority other than the government within their boundaries. So it's like, yo, one law, there's only one law. When we say it, whatever, it goes. And that's the big issue. So the Maroon chief, Richard Curry, has hit back at the comments by encouraging Mr. Holness to seek legal advice on the matter from the Attorney General. And I think this can actually be a human rights situation where he can actually bring this to the United Nations. Speaking on Wednesday, that's one thing I have to give credit with this chief. He is highly educated. Speaking on Wednesday on TVJ's Smile Jamaica program, Mr. Moreau Minot stressed the need for mutual agreed position. He said, this is Mr. Moore Minot, not coming to the table and not having a proper sit down, and the government of Jamaica feeling like they can ignore our history and what our ancestors fought for would be tantamount to genocide. Basically, it's basically compared to genocide because it's like ignoring that something is dying out and killing out our culture and it's not being recognized. You shutting it out and hiding it out and not discussing it is basically compared to genocide. That's what he's basically saying against the indigenous people. And the world is watching, which is true. We are, because we're out here in Canada and we're watching this, and it's sad because almost every country has indigenous people who they respect their law and their land. Even Mr. Gold was just telling me about St. Vincent and their Carib people. And we will not sit down and be ignored, he declared. The fact of the matter is that we have our rights. Our people fought very, very hard to maintain those rights, which is true. And the ownership of our traditional lands, ancestral lands. And we plan to continue on as we always have been and just modernize and come into the new era, insists the group foreign affairs minister. It continues to say that Mr. Moore-Minot also put to rest any belief that the compound Maroons would be approaching the government for assistance. We don't need that funding. And the fact of the matter is that we are going to be treated aggressively in this way. We definitely don't want it, he said, noting that this year's January 6th Maroons Festival was put on without help of the government of Jamaica. Interesting. Yet we have Foota Hype here begging for the government of Jamaica to help other entertainment here in Jamaica with people who are unruly, and people agreed. These people here are doing their own thing with their own funds and not begging for help. They should get credit for this. At the same time, he said grouping would not decline any donations. So won't decline any donations, but is not begging for help. Really good point. Really good point. So sovereign nations take aid all over, and Jamaica takes aid all the while, and nobody questions Jamaican sovereignty, which is true. But it is the government of Jamaica that feels they have to give us a gift at any point in time. We will not refuse it. As we're concerned, where we're concerned, we're friends. So basically they're saying if they do give them any help from the government, they're not going to refuse it, which is understandable. Who would? During a media briefing on Sunday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness was quizzed about withholding funding to their compound Maroons. Mr. Holness responded saying his government will not support any activities which could contribute to the breakdown of the Jamaican state. So, in closing, guys, I'm going to let you guys watch this video and hear how the people feel about what Andrew Holness said.
Times muddy roads, our team ventured to Popcaan St. Elizabeth on Monday. It was a day after this remark by Prime Minister Andrew Holness.
Jamaica is a unitary, sovereign state. There is no other sovereign authority in Jamaica other than the government of Jamaica. I want that to be absolutely clear. None. And under my leadership, not 1 inch of Jamaica will come under any other sovereign authority.
There's a sense of disappointment among Maroons here in Popcaan St. Elizabeth They're hurt by comments made by Prime Minister Andrew Holness on Sunday about their sovereignty.
Right now, when I think of foolish, that statement you need to jab back that and think back and go back in a chair and think again and come back with a different statement. You understand what I'm saying?
Maroon?
Because we know the peace treaty we sign, you know. You understand what I say? War sign a peace treaty. You understand what I say?
Bloodshed for yourself.
Bloodshed for yourself, man.
I don't, what the Prime Minister said, he wrong. Because they already know that Maroon Town is a state within a state. We are a sovereign set of people, loving, kind.
We lose off our Prime Minister. Whenever I expect him to say something like that about Maroon, nothing is going to win the next time, the next election.
200 and years.
Yeah, man, in disrespect Maroon. And we don't feel good about it. Yeah, man.
What you don't want to see happen right now?
I live who I live good.
Just like how we are live?
Just like how we all live.
Yeah.
Peaceful.
Peace and love there.
Peace and love.
Why would he say something like that? Is he drinking? We need to take him to Kinder, make him find us that we are the most powerful person in this world, not him. He need to come and apologize to us because we are not a gorilla. We are a decent citizen.
Is he crazy?
He's a gorilla because he cannot rule in country. He cannot rule in constituency. Look at murder going up there.
Chief of the Akongpong Maroons, Richard Curry, is urging dialogue.
For those who are leaders are responsible for maintaining proper communication and not allow themselves to mislead or misdirect the energies of a particular situation because it could be detrimental.
He insists the situation needs to be de-escalated going forward.
More responsible and respectful communication because I've always been asking for communication and dialogue. So for us, it's really about ensuring that, you know, as leaders, we have a responsibility and a duty to the people to ensure that when we communicate effectively, clearly, and also seek all measures, all measures that are available to de-escalate and address situations before they become otherwise.
I think the first step the Prime Minister should take is apologizing to the Maroons publicly.
I've been speaking to people since I've been here, and a lot of people sound very hurt by what he said. What's the mood in the community?
It's a down feeling here in Akongpong, and it's only because of what the Prime Minister had said.
The Maroons contend their sovereignty hinges on this treaty signed between their forefathers and British colonizers in 1738.
People don't sit to think about what happens when you guys break the rules. So everybody want party. Yo, I'm a dancehall queen guy, and I have not partied for almost 2 years, right? I find other ways to enjoy myself and entertain myself through dining, traveling, whatever within my country, right? There's so many things you could do to entertain yourself. Dance is not that serious, but hey, to each his own. But here's the consequence now. The U.S. government, in this article here from the Jamaican Observer, has warned against Jamaican travel due to crime and COVID, right? So let's continue. And also blame the tourists too that cheat on their immigration, on their COVID test to reach Jamaica and bring germs there as well. So the U.S. Department of State has advised its citizens against travel to Jamaica due to crime and COVID related conditions. So this is going to hurt the economy, guys. People like to preach and say the people that need to make money, the poor people need to make money. Yeah, but when tourism stops and the tourists are not coming to the country anymore to spend the money for the poor people to make at the dance, don't you still get affected? Anyways, you guys can leave your feedback there. I'm just really touchy on this subject because me a dancer and I still can go with 2 years without partying. In an update on Monday, January 10th, the department increased the country's travel advisor to level 4, do not travel, noting that there was an increased risk in Kingston, Mobay, and Spanish Town communities. Isn't that sad? Because we all know there's good in Kingston, there's good in Mobay, and there's good in Spanish Town. But because of all the crime that's been happening lately, just making these places look so bad. It hurts my heart, man. According to the department, violent crimes such as home invasions, wow, armed robberies, sexual assaults, this is disgusting. Guys, if you're new to the channel, I always read articles fresh so you guys get my natural reaction. This is disgusting. Like, honestly, men, we're going to have to address this on my life. I am tired of dealing with these men issues, and women too do these things, but I'm tired of the sexual assault stuff and degrading women. I'm going to address that on my next live. Trust me. Upset. As well as homicides are common. It is noted that sexual assaults occur frequently, including at all-inclusive resorts. So that means that either the staff or the people visiting or people when they're coming out of the hotel to go buy stuff are being sexually assaulted. Remember now, so a lot of Jamaicans, they might not think sexual assault is serious, like as far as, hey girl, your body big, or slap a girl on her body, oh, you look so sexy, woo! But in countries like Canada, trust me, you degrading a woman with your words is considered sexual assault as well. So it doesn't necessarily mean that the people get touched, but just verbally degrading a woman, such as rating her as a vlogger, anyways, let me leave that alone, is not appropriate, right? So this is why they want people to watch out for this stuff. Local police lack the resources to respond effectively to serious criminal incidents, which is true. Emergency services vary throughout the island, and response times may vary from the U.S. standards. So basically, when we call 911 in North America, which is including Canada and the U.S., we get a response within a certain period of time. Certain communities still don't. Let's keep that in mind. But you know, within an hour, the longest, that you will get a response, right? If you're up north, obviously in Canada, you'll get longer response time. But it's still not like in Jamaica. Jamaica, sometimes it takes like a half a day. It takes long. So if I'm being attacked and I'm calling for the police, they won't get back to me, or I have to go to the station, right? It's really bad. It's not cool. And they do lack resources as well. So some of the stuff that is not, their fault. The government's not funding these things. And then some of the people who commit the crime are the police as well, allegedly. So the article continues to say, the department advised against traveling to the following communities: Kingston, Cassava Peace, downtown Kingston, defined as between Mountain View Avenue and Ugly Park Road, and south of Halfway Tree and Old Hope Roads, including Trenchtown, Tivoli Gardens, and Arnett Gardens, Grants Pen, and Standpipe. Montego Bay, St. James, sorry if I pronounced this wrong, Canterbury, Claver Street, Flankers, Hart Street, and I've enjoyed myself in Flankers, by the way, Norwood, and Rose Heights, Spanish Town, St. Catherine, and I've enjoyed myself in Spanish Town. All these places I have been personally and felt safe, but things have changed since I last went there. It was warned that the U.S. government personnel and are prohibited from traveling to these areas. So basically, you've been warned. So if anything has happened to you as a U.S. citizen and you decided to go there, your family or you cannot really expect the government, U.S. government, to defend you, help you out, fight for you, look for you when they gave this warning. So you need to be cautious to decide, is it worth going to these areas? So prohibited from traveling to these areas, from using public buses, so you can't use buses, and from driving outside the prescribed areas of Kingston at night. So that means when you're trying to go party. Wow, that's crazy when even buses are not even safe, but because they're not going by COVID regulations, and I heard I believe it was DMR News, say that some taxis are not even doing it, then the spread is there, right? So, see, the problem is when people like Budge and them speak allegedly that they make people feel like COVID doesn't exist, even though it's been 2 years. On Tuesday, it was reported that in the 8 days of 2022, so January 8th, Jamaica's murder tally climbed to 37, which is 9 more homicides of a 32.1 per year. Wow, this is so sad. Increase. So basically a climb has increased, and that's a lot, period. Meanwhile, the department noted that the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, has also issued a level 2 travel health notice for Jamaica due to COVID, indicating a moderate level of COVID-19 in the country. Some people might think, oh, moderate's not bad, but you have to keep in mind that Jamaica is a small island. It added, however, that the risk of contracting COVID-19 and developing severe symptoms may be lower for individuals fully vaccinated with FDA authorized vaccine. So basically, if you traveled and you catch COVID, that your chances of death or being hospitalized is minimal because you are vaccinated, but you're still advised not to go there. Go at your own risk. So let me know what you guys think about that, guys, in the comment section below. Final story, Popcaan. So I'm going to read this article from a Ghana paper just to read something different and tell you at the end, after I read everything, how this is related to Joshi, okay? So me and Elite and Fancy Face, big up my sister them, we're not going to stop talking about Joshi, I think, for the rest of 2022. Popcaan detained in UK authorities claim he is a gang leader. Wednesday, January 12th, 2022. I think by the time you guys hear this video, I'm going to be uploading it probably on the Thursday because Dexter Daps just finished doing a concert. You guys check that out on my page. I have it uploaded, so just good vibes first. Popcaan says someone in Jamaica gave UK authorities information claiming he is a gang leader, which led him to being detained. The dancehall artist has been in Africa for the past 2 weeks, touring and mingling with celebrities and local fans. And also giving trouble. That's my part added, allegedly. He was in some mix-up the other day where apparently his bouncer shot someone there. So, just a bunch of mix-up, allegedly. While he lived through a turbulent time in the homeland, Popcaan, that's basically the trouble he's been going through because they tried to rob him and then this and that. Popcaan again experienced more drama as soon as he landed in the UK from Africa, where UK authorities held him for several hours. Quote unquote, I would like to know why someone with authority in Jamaica is sending information to immigration in England that I am a gang leader and that I have been charged with a gun. It is not at all cool from my own country. Why do I have to sit in immigration for more than 3 hours? The unruly leader tweeted. Well, let me answer this question. First of all, if an informant did say you had something, Popcaan, the immigration officers wouldn't give you details. Usually they work with, and I'm going to be sharing some comments from people who also said the same thing. Usually they work with authorities, other authorities. So because you have numerous police records, you've been charged with numerous violations in Jamaica, you haven't appeared for court, you've were involved in some sort of shooting allegedly in Ghana, trouble follows you almost everywhere you go. You have a history. Your visa's denied in the US, right? So you have a record, and all immigration around the world communicates with each other. Now, related to Joshi, this is what we were saying, that when you are in media, sometimes they do just quick Google searches. They have obviously their intel, but they also do quick Google searches when you're traveling. And based on your headlines and your tag name unruly, they're definitely going to think you are a gang leader and a member, and that you have possession of a gun, especially when you're involved in a lot of stuff. So yes, yes, they have every right. And this is why I was telling you guys, just the headlines of Joshy's thing with the ER interview, him admitting to certain things or saying he would do certain things can put you in trouble when you're traveling. You guys think this is a joke. And here's Popcaan, a bigger artist, and he is going through the hassle that we're saying will come across to Joshy in the future. So I want to stay there. To be clear, Popcaan's brand Unruly, same thing I say. Again, I'm reading this from First Reaction. It is not identified as a criminal gang, but as a musical collective with a record label and concert promotion and merchandising activities. Yeah, that's nice. But guess what? Unruly is unruly, meaning that you don't abide to rules, you break laws. So what you expect immigration for do when and they see somebody is the leader of an unruly brand? Hello, wake it up, wake it up. So anyhow, the artist also does not have the known firearm charge in his records. Yeah, but you were still affiliated with a shooting from another country just up to the other day in the news. And I'll see if I can find that article just to highlight here while we're talking. His recent trial involved traffic violations, same thing I say, in his homeland. This is a Ghana paper talking about this. Now, you guys tell me this is a good look. I like the tough guy image when it comes to these entertainers, but how does it look outside of Jamaica, right? He has violations from his home parish of St. Thomas. He pleaded guilty to these charges and paid a fine of $10,000 and was fired by a judge. In another tweet, Popcaan apparently asked Jamaica's culture, gender, entertainment, and sports ministry, Babsy Grange, to help clear his name. I tried to ask for Babsy Grange your help first. Why do people in my own country fight Popcaan and tell lies about me? Oh, cry me a river. You ever heard about karma? You know, the same way you told lies about our artist and tried to fight our artist from he's a teenager. This is the karma coming back to you, Popcaan. How many people have you fought in this industry and laughed at and teased and told lies on? Karma. Sorry, no cry me a river around here, buddy. Move from here with that foolishness. And send it to other countries? I don't know. And again, they could just Google and they talk with other authorities. I don't know for what cause, but it must be out of my name, puppy. Whatever. The ego will make you destroyed, yourself and a whole nation. Humility, do it. The DJ said in a previous tweet. Humility? What do you know about that? You go around deliberately making trouble, trying to make headlines. You don't know how to even be humble. Boy, go sit down. At the time of this publication, Popcaan was still detained by the UK immigration authorities. He and his members of his entourage were detained shortly after arriving the country on a flight from Africa. So even his entourage. So again, so the friends them that look for Boosie to do fuckery in other people's country and back home are the same people getting detained. You see? The money speaks. DJ traveled to Ghana where he ringed in the New Year's, sorry guys, with Davido, Steph London, Stonebwoy, and other celebrities. Right? At a gala hosted by a billionaire entrepreneur, Jacob Caesar. And that too, you're mingling with certain people at an event. You don't know who the hell Jacob is. Say Jacob is somebody else allegedly that might have a history in the UK. Never know, right? Popcaan made headlines at the event after being the top bidder for $100,000. Oh, here we go, guys. On a rare bottle of an Ace of Spades champagne. This is another thing that he did that caused conflict and controversy. What is this local artist that haven't had any tours? Like, I'm just going by an adjudicator brain because I do work with the government and I have that adjudicator brain. Where are you going with 100,000 just running around when you barely had any shows in 2021 during COVID times? Ding, 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 ding. Popcaan made headlines again when a video surfaced showing him apparently being escorted by police from a tense situation where a brawl allegedly broke out at a bar. So this is the thing I was telling you guys about, where he was partying. The cops quickly invaded the bar in an attempt to control the situation. Several reports allege that 3 men attempted to steal his jewelry from Popcaan, but the artist later denied the claims. So what was allegedly said was that there was an attempted robbery and his security team shot 3 people. This is allegedly, right? So if he's denying it, then he's trying to untie himself in association with this, right? But you can check out My Girl Elite TV, who did talk about this in more details. So again, what you guys do and what people need to know, and this is coming back to Joshy. So the article is done. I just want to say the last words on this. What you guys need to realize, your actions as artists can come back and backfire. You need to stop listening to friends who hype you up to do stupidness. Real friends wouldn't encourage certain behaviors. There's a way of showing to be real without being an idiot, right? You have to learn to be an intellect. And that doesn't mean you have to go to school or anything, but you have to have smarts and stop act like an idiot. And people don't want fools trespassing through their their countries, especially when those fools are acting stupid and irresponsible during COVID times, and places like the UK take this shit serious. Like Jamaica's just living free like COVID doesn't exist. But to other countries, they're taking this shit serious. In Quebec, and we'll talk about this on our live, one of the provinces here in Canada, they're considering fining people who don't take the vaccine. So wanna stay there. You don't even know what's going to come true. So anyways, big up. Thank you guys for listening. As you can see, my voice is starting to go, so I'm going to rest it. Bless up. Thank you. And remember to share this video, guys, and like and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. We appreciate you. See you next week.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Here comes. 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 He pointed. He pointed. He pointed. He pointed. Thunder runs. He's about to go thunder runs. Jigs are busting at him, man. Wait, she didn't get down. We're good. Yo, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hey, Charlie, don't shoot me, don't shoot me. Don't shoot me, don't shoot me. I beg, I beg. Yo! Oh, he's out of here. He's out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. He's pissed. He's pissed. They're pissed. What? What? A bite! And yes, sir. They call him the demon. Holy. Popcaan, one Popcaan. What am I dealing with you, sir? Come on, brother. What am I dealing with you, sir? Killy, walk one. What?
Some people them don't know how to mix the cologne. $100 going $200, $200 on a spray, $250 going $350.
Subscribe, hit the notification bell to be up